If it weren't for this Chinese 20,000 years ago, we would still be living in caves. Today I'm going to talk about a prominent architect in China, even in the world, Youchao. It doesn't sound like a person's name. Actually, Youchao is not his name, but his title. Apparently, Youchao had house property. Before him, people were living on mountains or in caves. However, in the age when there were only stones to utilize, Youchao built the most primitive treehouse in the trees, with the simplest and crudest tools. From then on, people didn't have to sleep in caves, or suffer from mosquito bites any longer, and didn't have to be wary of attacks from wild animals all the time. As the ancient Chinese philosopher Unveil said, Youchao therefore began to rule over a vast region, and became the head of the major tribe and the first ancestor of Chinese civilization. Indeed, in whatever times, those who work on real estate always have more chance to voice. The era of Youchao represents the transition of human civilization, from primitive cave dwelling to nest dwelling, but his influence was much more than this. Let's turn the time forward to today, which is 20,000 years after Youchao. In 2008, Beijing won the bid for Olympic Games. In the history of Chinese architecture, there was another architectural design that shocked the whole world: Beijing National Stadium, which is also colloquially known as Bird's Nest. The architectural concept of the bird's nest was exactly from Youchao. It is the embodiment of nest-dwelling civilization. At that time, the Chinese Olympic Committee was recruiting design plans from all over the world. Two Swiss designers said that there is a proverb in France like this: "Human can make everything except for bird's nest, then we shall make a bird's nest." Hearing this, the committee said, that's what we Chinese created. You guys are fast learners, then let's have a try. The bird's nest was therefore started to build. It was valued as one of the new China's top 10 architectural marvels in the US Business Week by its design and architecture style. The birth of Bird's Nest adds another medal for the title, Infrastructure Giant of China. With 5 years of nesting and joint efforts of over 20,000 people, the total length of welded steel structure alone reached more than 300 kilometers. The designers didn't do anything excess with this stadium. The structure was exposed outside and naturally became the appearance of the building. Steel rods are entwined with each other one by one, but in good order, presenting an atmosphere of messy beauty. Seeing this exposed steel building, we average people may doubt its stability and worry about what if these steel bars fall down. Well, the essence of design is practicability. According to the chief designer of the Bird's Nest, the project of the National Stadium is special grade sport building. In addition, it is equipped with grade 1 fire resistance, grade A waterproofing specified for underground works, and is designed with grade 8 seismic resistance. There's no problem for its main structure to last for a century. The bird's nest is the reflection of our ancestors' wisdom and the era. Many years ago, someone described bird's nest as weird design. However, they will understand the profound meaning of the bird's nest after they have learned about Chinese civilization. It reminds me of the moment 5 years ago when we went north to Zhonggan, new area. That day I worked overtime till early morning. No sooner had I stepped out from the office than I saw the swallow's nest through the sleepless lights on Aoi Road. At that moment I couldn't help shedding my tears. The exhaustion, grievance, hardship and upset suddenly welled up in my mind, while at that moment I seemed to hear those little swallows calling their mothers. That vivid picture of hope touched me deeply. It is the small swallow nesting that empowered us with hope. Youchao was the torchbearer of human architectural design and civilization. Looking at where we are existing today, crowded streets in urban areas, square mansions, noisy sound and busy and mechanical life almost overwhelm us. But we may feel comfortable and relaxed in mountains, prairies or forests. It is probably a call naturally written in our genes. Nowadays, the concept of urban ecological design is vigorously popularized in China, but is relatively less developed compared with some foreign countries. However, for a country with such a large population, its understandable. At present, our design on ecology is still tightly focusing on ecological tourism and is still too far from our life. The novel The Baron in the Trees, written by an Italian writer Calvino, told a story of an Italian noble living on the trees for over 50 years. Since his boyhood, the novel impressed me deeply. This noble youngster built his own treehouse and learned hunting, making close and water diversion. His arboreal life is far away from the crowd, tranquil and wonderful. While in Japan, a wild treehouse designer Takashi Kobayashi, who is genially called Uncle Treehouse by the kids, is gradually making this bold idea come true. He had a steady job at TV Tokyo before, however, when he encountered Peter Nelson, the first person of treehouse in the world, he determined to pursue his career of building treehouses. He taught himself to design, to obtain materials around, to constantly explore and experiment with his passion and enthusiasm. His principle for the design of treehouse is never to interfere with the normal growth of trees. His little tree houses have no profound design or magnificent decorations, but the pleasant interaction between human and nature. Over 2 decades, Takashi Kobayashi has built more than 150 tree houses, distributed around the world. In China, his design work is in Guangzhou, the first branch covering enclosed tree house that is highest one built in China. The whole design is in the shape of a flower bud, which symbolizes the possibility of breeding infinite hope. Its interior is more delicate, full of Japanese Zen in natural burley wood. The everywhere green plants are tranquilizing and relaxing, to convey the tenderness, freedom, and temperature of nature to more people, and to deliver more comfort and warmth to people's life. This is exactly what Uncle Treehouse has been pursuing from the very beginning. Youchao built nests to resist disasters and beasts, and Takashi Kobayashi designed to return to nature and real life, and to get rid of the inner demon. No matter how architectural design is improved and developed, its ultimate purpose is always to make people's life comfortable and more poetic. I have been engaged in design promotion for 16 years. I have a dream, which is to spread design values with Oriental wisdom, and let Chinese designs seen in the world. In my opinion, design is not a patented product for human beings, but a golden key to serve the general public. I firmly believe that design will make this world better. And I also believe that the better the design, the brighter the future. I'm Shirley Feng. Design makes life better. See you next time.